The following program is a production of Naleo TV.
Welcome to the Audrey Wilson Cooking Show. I have with me my grandson again. It's still summer, so Quinton, you want to say hi?
Yeah.
Say hi.
Hi.
Okay. Today we're going to make your favorites. Chicken karaage. We're going to do chocolate mochi, and then we're going to do chicken lettuce cups. Are you ready to go? Let's get started.
When you want a great meal, local style, turn on the Leo and sit a while. Watch and listen, then you'll know just how to do it on Audrey Wilson's Cooking Show.
Okay, first we're going to do the chocolate mochi, Quinton, because it takes so long. It takes about 55 minutes to cook, right? So we need to preheat the oven. We'll put it on bake at 350 degrees.
Okay.
So we don't put anything in until the oven is ready. And the oven will tell you, okay, I'm ready at 350.
Okay.
And we're going to need 2 cups of mochiko. And this is mochiko.
Yeah.
Mochiko is actually rice flour. It's sweet rice flour. So you know what you make mochi out of?
Yeah.
Well, that's the rice, right? So they grind up the rice and
Like
they
that?
make mochiko instead. We've got to measure out 2 cups. Okay? So we're gonna do that. So knife here and open this. I don't have scissors, otherwise I would use scissors to cut this. So mochiko is used a lot for making mochi instead of using the rice and cooking it. In the old days, you would cook the rice, you have to steam the mochi rice, the sweet rice, and then you have to pound it. But this has eliminated the need to pound. So this is really good. So that's 2 cups. So I'm going to add in here, I put 2 cups of mochiko in here, and then I'm going to add 1.5 cups of sugar. Okay, let me check this a little bit more. Okay, 1.5 cups of sugar. Quinton, can you mix that? And then I am going to add 1 tablespoon of baking soda, which seems like a lot because most recipes, if you made cookies or most, is about half a teaspoon. And if you don't mix it well, it has a very soapy taste, so you got to make sure there's no lumps of baking soda. In the meantime, I got the fire going. Watch the fire. I'm going to melt 1 stick of butter. And this butter happens to be salted butter. It doesn't have to be unsalted butter.
Okay.
Can you have that? Oh, good.
But don't a lot of baking stuff use unsalted butter?
Yes, very good.
So how come this one doesn't need unsalted butter?
This one is okay, the amount of salt. But what happens in a lot of times when you're baking, it calls for unsalted butter because each company, the butter company, they're not very consistent about the amount of butter they add. So some are salty, and some are not too salty. So it's best when you're baking to control your salt. So you use unsalted and you put the amount of salt you need because you don't want it too salty, right? So I'm going to melt this 1 stick of butter, and after it's melted and heated up, and you keep mixing that baking soda now.
Looks pretty good to me.
Okay. I'm going to take some of this butter. We need to butter the 9x13 pan. So
Why do you have to coat it with butter?
So it doesn't stick.
Oh.
Would you want to have a sticky, would you want the mochi to be all stuck onto your pan?
No.
No, I don't want that. Okay, we're pretty good. I'm gonna turn this off now. And at what temperature does chocolate melt?
At body temperature.
Yeah, which is what, 98.6. So it's
Yeah.
pretty hot right now. We don't want to burn the chocolate, but it is at the point where we just put in 2 cups of chocolate chips, semi-sweet chocolate chips, just to melt it. That was pretty hot, so see how it melted nicely?
Huh?
And then nice and smooth.
Mhm.
So this is the mochi and the sugar, and then I'm going to add 1 can of evaporated milk, 1 can of coconut milk.
What does the evaporated milk and the coconut milk do to?
It's your liquid, and it's your flavor.
Huh? So what flavor does it give?
A little bit of a coconut, but remember we talked about there's always a bully,
Yes.
something that is the dominant flavor, right?
Huh?
So in this case, the bully is going to be the chocolate,
Uh-huh.
because the chocolate is the dominant flavor.
And then the other flavors that are not
dominant
are called the princesses, right?
yeah, they're the princesses, and this is the bully. So your chocolate is your dominant flavor. You're probably not gonna taste the butter,
Yeah.
because that's not a dominant flavor. Make sure you don't see any lumps and stuff.
Uh-huh.
But look how beautiful this is.
Why do we not want lumps?
Because it'll stay. A lot of the mochiko, I told you, I had asked you to mix it really good.
Mhm.
And if you feel better about it, you actually could sift it in a sieve.
Uh-huh.
So I see
Oh, yeah.
some white lumps, so make sure
Yeah.
that we smash all that down. Okay, I think we're there.
Yeah, we're there.
Okay, so we get our 9x13 pan. We put this in. See how easy? Even you could do it by yourself, couldn't you? All right, careful, okay? All right, here we go.
Ooh, wow, that is beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Got some beautiful mochiko. Okay, now we're going to make the ground chicken lettuce cups, okay?
Uh-huh.
And we need to do what we call mise en place. Mise en place means get everything together before you start.
Oh.
And it calls for 1 onion that is diced, but this is a huge onion, so I think I might just use half an onion. So we dice it fine, because we wanna, and I'm not gonna use use your judgment. This is a huge onion, so we don't need it, but just have to, I think it would be overpowering if we use the whole thing. Okay, in front of me I have olive oil, which I need a tablespoon to put into the pan when the pan is ready to cook the ground chicken. And Quinton, you're gonna need the spoon again, because you're gonna have to make sure that the ground chicken is all in very small pieces, okay? So now, I got the onion. I have a can of water chestnuts,
Uh-huh.
and we're gonna chop it up. So we'll just cut large dice.
Yeah. Just like the onion.
The onion, we can cut it a little finer because you want that to get transparent. Okay, the other things we're gonna need are 2 garlic cloves. Let's finish this first. Okay, I'm gonna add a tablespoon of olive oil. And I'm going to put 1 pound of ground chicken in here.
Why 1 pound?
Usually most of these are packed in a pound. A lot of the recipes are in the 1 pound. inside. What you need to do is you need to break this up.
Just like the dumplings.
Yeah. Can you do that? Break it up.
Sure.
I have cut the onions and the water chestnuts, and I want the garlic to be really fine so you don't bite into that. You can bite into the water chestnut nut, but you don't want to bite into the garlic, so I'm going to cut this really fine. Smashed it first. And I think I've said this before, but water chestnut and lotus roots are the two things that in cooking doesn't become soft. It stays crunchy. So those are good traits to have when you're making stuff like
Grandma, why is it turning white?
this. It's cooking, but keep pulling it away from the stove. Okay, keep cooking. Okay. Smash it because you need it. I need this in crumbles because we're going to put it in the lettuce cups, okay? Okay, we got to have it a little bit brown. How you do it is this, Quinton. You're breaking it up. So you go like this, okay?
Got it.
Got it? Are you ready for the onion? You want it cooked?
Sure.
No crying. Okay, see how much onion this is? If I added the whole onion, that would have been a little bit too much. Okay. Okay. Do you want to wash your eyes out?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Cook the onion until the onion is translucent. Onions and garlic have a very distinct flavor. I'm
They
gonna
have
add the,
interesting smell as well.
well, to me, they add such a wonderful flavor to foods. I just added the 2 garlics that I minced. I want to make sure that is cooked so you don't bite into garlic. Okay. And see how the onions have mellowed out quite a bit. They're not burning anymore. They're just giving out a beautiful aroma. And you see the onions, they're starting to get translucent. You know what is translucent?
Yeah, see-through.
Almost see-through, but still.
Kind of like glass, like the olden days glass.
Olden days glass.
Well, you kind of couldn't really see through them, so no.
I wonder if William Shakespeare had that glass. Huh? Last night you were reading about
William Shakespeare.
and who was he? He wrote what? Plays?
Plays, yes. And
Midsummer's Night's Dream. Remember that? Okay, can you do the mixing, Quinton?
Yeah.
I'm going to add all of the 1 can of the water chestnuts now that I cut
yeah, nice
very,
crunchy.
very coarsely.
Gonna be crunchy.
And then now I'm going to add in 1/4 cup of hoisin sauce.
What's hoisin sauce? And what does it do?
Smell that. Very strong, nice smell, but it gives a nice flavor to this. This is a Chinese, okay. And then I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of shoyu, or 2 tablespoons of shoyu, I'm sorry. I just mixed it with the hoisin that I put in here so I won't waste anything.
Can
And
you
1
hold the pot for
tablespoon
me?
of rice vinegar. Put that in. 1 tablespoon of ginger, and I was going to talk about ginger. Ginger, we raise that here. We have one of the best gingers in Hawaii. So when you have a ginger, you just scrape the skin with a spoon, and then you cut it. So we're going to add 1 tablespoon of ginger. I had grated this ginger earlier, and it's kind of changing color, but it's going to get cooked in the shoyu, so it's okay. Keep mixing it good. Okay, honey, hold it, okay? Smell all that wonderful smells. I wanted something oriental to go with our other dishes. So we've added everything else. We just need to salt and pepper it and then end it up with some green onions that I cut up for color. Okay. Give it some, just give it, what are we going to do with the rest of it? We just put it all. Okay, it's ready. So we let it cool off a little bit. And what we're going to do now, after we cool it off, is we're going to make really pretty lettuce cups. But we're not able to get butter lettuce here. It wasn't available. So we're just going to use the local Manoa lettuce. And so we're going to make cups as best as we can, like this, and go like this. We don't want it too hot, so I'm going to let it go. Push this here. So we're going to make, so let's see, we have, we surround it with lettuce, like this.
Just for vegetables, right? No, there is vegetables in
Yes,
there. Just because it's what it's called.
Okay, what we have to do is, if we're good chefs, we always need to test the food.
What do you mean test the food?
We need to try it out if it's good. We didn't put salt and pepper, right? So it's hot right now, so I'm just going to try it for color. Maybe a little bit pepper, but I wouldn't put anything else, because there's hoisin, which has salt, and there's shoyu that has salt. So as it cools, we'll make lettuce cups like this. Okay, let me show you how you eat it. Okay, and then
Just for me to try.
you want to try this. Okay, while I'm making it, let it cool off first, and let it hot. Okay, we'll just make some lettuce cups. We'll get our greens this way. It's kind of hot. So. Okay. It's a good way to eat your lettuce with your greens, right? How easy is this, right? Then you revert. So here we got some beautiful appetizers.
That looks good.
And then we'll finish making the rest later. So let's get started making your favorite dish, the chicken karaage. So what we do is we have a tray of boneless, skinless chicken thighs. And we're taking off all this unhealthy fat. We don't want. So this is the thigh, and this is the fat side of the thigh, the skinny thigh. We always do this. We take out that fat pocket right here on the skinny side.
Okay.
Because that's the glob of fat we don't want to eat. So we're going to cut it into bite-sized pieces. So just put it about pieces like this. And then if this side is fat, you can level it off and split it in half. And then you can cut it into bite-sized pieces.
Okay.
But then we're going to marinate this for 30 minutes in 1 tablespoon of shoyu, 1 tablespoon of sake, 1 teaspoon of sugar, 3 cloves of garlic that is minced, and 1 tablespoon of ginger.
Okay.
I like it marinated longer, so I did marinate it ahead of time. So it's been marinating here for about 4 or 5 hours. Okay, so we're going to put oil in here into a hot pan, but we don't want too much. We're not deep frying it. We're just frying it gently, okay? But I do want the fire high. So you can see where these are nicely marinated. Look at this, Quinton. You see, they're nice and brown compared to the unmarinated one. So now these will have lots of flavor. So what we need to do now is really, this is potato starch. In Japanese, potato starch is called katakuriko. This is the thing that makes it not sticky. Here, you can do this. Help me get that really coated really good, okay? And then the other thing is when the pan is ready, We don't want to crowd the pan because then it lowers the temperature of the pan, and then the chicken will get soggy. So we want nice crispy karaage. Okay, so let's get that. Let me check the pan. No, it's not ready yet. You can see the bubbles over there. I'm gonna get it up a little bit more. So in the meantime, while we're waiting for the pan to get hot, we just keep doing this and really coat it really good. Yeah. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, so nicely coated all over.
How can you tell? It did the bubbling last time.
Not as much though. See that?
Oh.
Okay, so it's a good judge of whether it's ready.
I see.
Mm-hmm. Be careful. Oil burns are not nice. We're just going to add a few more and then we're going to just let it cook so we don't lower the temperature too much, okay? One more chicken and I think that's it. Just put one more on the side over there. Here. Okay. And then,
Done.
yeah. We need to get a tongs. Let's go get these tongs here. This is a beautiful fire. Quinton, you can put a little bit more right here. One more here. Very good. Okay, so there's nothing, no sauce that goes on top of it because the karaage already has the flavor because I marinated it. And karaage in Japanese means fried chicken. And this is an interesting story. Did you know that because Japan is an island and there's a port, that in the 1800s, probably 1850s, the explorers came and the Dutch came and the Portuguese came. They were all sailors, so they came on their boats. And before the Portuguese came, there was no frying. They didn't know how to fry, the Japanese. And they didn't know how to use bread. They didn't know about bread. So the Portuguese taught the Japanese how to fry. And do you know the word for bread in Japanese is pão? The word for in Portuguese is also pão. So they just copied that word because they learned it from the Portuguese, how to fry and how to use bread. And so you have sweet pastries called ampang, which is with azuki. But it was all taught by the Portuguese. And if the Portuguese never came to Japan,
There would no be.
the Japanese would never fry and we would never have tempura.
Yeah.
So the Portuguese did a lot to change the taste of the Japanese. And so it's really interesting when you study about food and how food gets developed in different countries and how the influences of people that come to the country have changed how they eat. Yeah, interesting, huh? Okay, so this cooks really fast. We could make it browner if we wanted to, but
But we don't.
as long as we don't want to make it too brown. So when the Japanese, before they eat, what did they say?
Itadakimasu.
So you say thank you to the Portuguese for bringing fried food so we can eat karaage, right? That's important too. So what a team. We're gonna just fry this and we got your karaage. We got a beautiful meal now. We got the main course. We got the chocolate mochi that should almost be ready to come out. Yeah? Okay, we're going to finish this up and then we're going to start plating as soon as we're done, Quinton. So how much more do you have?
Just
Not too bad. Okay, let's finish this, frying this up. Okay, Quinton, let's try this. This is the chicken lettuce cups.
yeah. I want to try the karaage first.
Good. Did you do good? Good.
Yes, this is good.
And try the mochi, chocolate mochi. Good. You know what we could have done, Quinton?
What?
After when we mixed the dough, we could have put some chocolate chips in there. You know, then we'd have pieces of chocolate. That would have been good, yeah. Okay, was that fun? Did you have fun cooking with Graham? Can you talk? It's okay. Well, thank you for watching the Audrey Wilson Cooking Show. And until next time, aloha.
Bye.
When you want a great meal, local style, turn on the Leo and sit a while. Watch and listen, then you'll know just how to do it on Audrey Wilson's Cooking Show.
The preceding program was a production of Naleo TV.